Hi y'all, welcome back. My name is Reb. Today we're looking at a sketchbook tour, but a little bit of a different type of sketchbook. This sketchbook was dedicated to just art challenges. And while I do want to take you through the book and show you the drawings, I also really want to talk about the art communities that made these drawings possible. So let's get into it. All right, so the channel or community that started it all. This is a Scribble Brigade session. This isn't the first Scribble Brigade I did. I've done many Scribble Brigades, but this is the first one in this dedicated sketchbook. This was a great session. Sophie McPike, who does Scribble Brigade, I have the worst time saying that, did these mini thumbnail drawings, and it was really great because we really got to, since we're drawing so small, really focus in on just kind of composition and picking out what was important. And they also just look really cute all together. So that was a really fun session. Without Scribble Brigade, I would not have found all of the other art communities that I have been a part of and enjoy on a regular basis. So I'm very thankful for Sophie McPike and her dedication to bringing people together and, just helping people loosen up and challenge themselves to, look at things more simply and just have fun with art, basically. All right, so next, and there's no label on this, one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to get better about dating and labeling things. But that being said, I know exactly what this is. This is an art hang party, which is the sticker on the front here. This is probably the art community that I participate the most in. It's just such an easygoing community. Melissa Martin has done such a great job of curating the challenges and reference photos and the Discord. It's just such a great community. The members there are lovely. Everybody's super warm and friendly. And I just can't say enough good things about Art Hang Party. I recommend Art Hang Party to anyone who is struggling to get back into art, who wants to learn how to loosen up, who just wants to have people to chat with about art. There's so many reasons to join Art Hang Party. So this is just one, and you'll see a lot of examples throughout the book. But this was a session that we did on just trees, and it was a lovely session. Next up is Debbie Draws Funny. She does these hilarious draw weird things sessions where she just picks the most ridiculous reference photos, and they're just so fun. It's just a good silly time. And also she is a hoot, so definitely check out her channel. She also, on top of just being an amazing artist, does some really cool thrifting videos, which I highly suggest checking out because she brings the humor that she has in her regular channel to her thrifting channel, and it is very funny. So this was, I don't remember what the actual session was. Honestly, I don't think it even matters because all of these things are just so weird. So this was another art hang party. I think this was groovy clothes or something like that. This one is a session by Hippo, and I apologize in advance. My French, terrible, but Hippo Fate de Trucks. Sorry, Hippo. I will obviously put it here for you guys. Hippo does the most amazing sessions on Sunday mornings, or at least on Sunday mornings for us, I think Sunday evenings for her. She just picks, a random topic and finds the most beautiful references. I think the most important thing to me about hippos, and this probably isn't like the best example, but she really strives to help people fight perfectionism, which is something that I definitely struggle with. So very much appreciated. And the other thing that I thought I would mention is that Hippo is the zine queen. We just finished a really fun challenge called Zine Miss, where we did a zine exchange, and I'm so excited to see what everybody made. So keep an eye out for that. Definitely go check out her channel and come and join one of the lives. They're really fun. This was another of the Hippo live sessions where we did things with wheels. Obviously the wheels aren't showing on this one, but I thought the reference photo was so cute. This one was a art hang party where we combined animals with patterns and carnivorous plants, which was certainly a challenge, but it was a really fun one. So some of the silly stuff that we did for that one. I really like this little guy. I don't know why. His little buck teeth. Some of them look very strange. Another art hang party, again, like I said, is one of the ones that I participate probably the most in. So this one was some photo references provided by one of the community members, Melly. She provided some great photo references of her time from tour photos and things like that. So I thought that these were really cool and really fun because the time limit really forces you to not get caught up in too much of the detail and really focus more on capturing like the energy and the overall kind of vibe. Speaking of vibe, this was another art hang party here. This one was, I think, like disco dancing or something like that. And I thought that these also came out just really cute. So yeah, art hang party. This one here is another Hippo session. She did fish, and I really love the references on these. I drew it in rainbow pencil and then colored over it in watercolor, which I thought was really fun. Her sessions are pretty long, so you can hop in at any time and just kind of join in. But she picked some really great references, and as far as I know, at least most of the time, most of her references are royalty-free. So this one is not, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a session. So this one was a live from Monkey Mintaka. She does lives on YouTube where she just kind of draws, references. This one was houses. You'll see some more of stuff from her, but basically, I just really admire her art style. The reference photos that she picks are always really fun, and she is so funny. So definitely go check out Monkey Mintaka. She's got a great little community there too. Another art hang party. This one was summer treats, and the reference photos were so cute. This is my son, obviously the cutest of all. Not biased at all. Another Hippo live sesh. This one actually was one of my favorites. This was cult movies, and it just so happened that she picked some of my favorite movies. Star Wars, obviously, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, E.T., a true classic, Never-Ending Story, Gattaca, which is pretty much my favorite movie of all time, Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah, a lot of great stuff. So, again, go check out her channel. It's really great. So this one is kind of complicated. Technically, this is an art hang party where we drew a bunch of goats, but at the same time that art hang party happens is also the time that visual arts passage happens. So I don't typically participate in visual arts passage just because I can't be in two places at once, basically. But the reference photos for this one were just so fun, and I decided to combine the two. So this one, like, instead of this little goat here, was a baby. Why they have a baby hanging out of a cage in a window, I don't know, but again, amazing references. And then this one was just a lady smoking, but obviously I added the goat in there also smoking. So visual arts passage also has some really great references, and is probably a very nice community. I'm not as familiar with their community. Moving on. More goats from Art Hang Party. We did a lot of goats that day. I don't remember if it was like 50 goats in 50 minutes or something like that. I only did like some of them, but I really like how these turned out. We had to do them pretty quickly. This was a Hippo live session where we drew famous artists. This one I pasted in, but this, I'm trying to remember the name of the person that runs this. I keep wanting to think it's Chloe, maybe? But anyways, you get to it by going to drawingisfree.org, and there is a link to a session on Mondays that is live portrait drawing, basically. So everybody's on Zoom, and if you'd like to be drawn or have the chance to be drawn, you just turn your camera on, and Chloe picks from the available people, and we just draw random people to a song, basically. And it's really nice because it's great, like, practice for just, drawing a face quickly, not getting too, caught up in like really, really fine detail because, it's only, 3 to 5 minutes per song. And you're drawing people from all over the world. So you just get a lot of variety of features and hair and clothing and things like that. So I'll just kind of flip through some of these really quick. Yeah, just random people. You pose how you want. And it's a lovely time. Also, her taste in music is fantastic. So yeah, those happen pretty much every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'm not sure what time that is where she's from. I think she's in Paris. So this was an art hang party. I don't remember what the theme was for this one. I think we were traveling with somebody. Again, I need to do a better job of labeling. Another Scribble Brigade. This one was mirror selfies. These were like really quick drawings, and then we spent a little more time with the subsequent ones. I just thought that the references that she picked were really fun. The people's clothing in these, like, I aspire to be this cool. I am so boring when it comes to what I wear. I wish I could have this much personality in my clothes. But great reference photos. I think these two were some of my favorites. This one is another Monkey Mintaka. We're drawing like autumn colors or autumnal colors. And that was a really fun session. I just think this little cabin is so beautiful. some seascapes. I really love how the like undercolor of this comes out. I think I had pre-blobbed some of these pages with some spare paint, so I just kind of colored on top of them. This was another art hang party. This one was really fun. This was like basically a famous Canadian carnival or rodeo or something like that. I can't remember what exactly it was called, but it looks a lot like our Houston rodeo. Same kind of rides and foods and things like that. Another bunch of like pre-blobbinated pages, which I thought really kind of added to it and helped a lot with like not getting too caught up in the details. I really like how this cotton candy came out. And also, I love drawing food. Not that these are the best examples, but food is so fun because it's so organic. So, like, you don't have to follow exactly what it looks like, and still you get a good bit of the sense of what it is. So, this one, but I'm pretty sure that this was a Beth Spencer session where we did like folk tales or like folk themed art. It was just kind of coming up with like a story for a character. So she'd show us like a picture of an animal and we would kind of come up with like a little story for it. So like you'd have a reference photo for the animal so you can kind of get familiar with how to draw it. And then you would basically come up with like a little funny story or work them into an existing fairy tale. I thought that this one was really fun with the little shy owl being yelled at by all the birds. This was, I wanted to say that this was an art hang party, but I could be wrong about that. This could also be Monkey Mintaka live session. Not sure. This one for sure was an art hang party. I think we were looking at like vintage travel photos. Art hang party for this one. And then this one is another art community that I think is worth checking out. This is Dylan Sarah, who does portraits, like 10-minute portraits on YouTube. I don't know what the schedule is, but definitely go check him out. He picks really great references and he demonstrates, how he draws them so that you can, see how he works, which I think is super helpful. This was another of the Dylan Sarah portraits. And then we are in Art Hang Party-tober, which is a drawing challenge hosted by Melissa Martin, aka Art Hang Party. She put together a great prompt list, and everybody just kind of interpreted on their own. On Thursdays of that October, we would all draw the prompts together, so that was really fun. I did a whole video on just Art Hang Party-tober, so we'll just flip through these really quickly. But there are a lot of great drawing sessions in that month. So these were so fun and just very silly. I'm going to stop here because I do want to mention this one here. I think the prompt for this was maybe bouquet or something like that. Yeah, bouquets. And this reference photo came from an Instagram channel or an Instagram account called the Botanical Collective, which is hosted by a lovely friend, Teresa. Teresa and a friend. And they just have the most beautiful floral like references that everybody draws, and you can post your pictures and they will feature your work. And it's just, it's a nice like way to kind of cleanse your palette, every week, with a beautiful like flower arrangement. Some of them are, complicated. Some of them are more simple. But the vibes are always impeccable. So definitely worth checking out. Teresa also has her own little art community, which is so lovely. She doesn't do lives, but she does host some art challenges and tutorials and things like that. One thing that I really love about her channel is that all of her challenges are very manageable and bite-sized. So, and then very, very beautifully curated. She did a color week recently, where she picks a set of colors and you just make a drawing with each of those colors. And it's just very, very beautiful. So check out Teresa. Her channel is Oficina Caracolino. I will put it here. So still with Art Hang Party-tober. A lot of really fun stuff. I really love the Australian animals session. That one was a really fun one. Little bug drawings. We did on Halloween, or the day before Halloween, we drew a cemetery, which was really fun. And I think this was the last day of the Art Hang Party-tober. Next up, art community-wise, is Odd Orange. Odd Orange does a live public session once a month. This one was vintage items, and the references were just very, very beautiful. I hardly ever get to participate in Odd Orange stuff because it just so happens that it's like at a time that is difficult for me to get away. But when I do, I always really enjoy it. So definitely check them out. That's a really fun one. This is Art Hang Party. This was a really fun session. This was travels by Olinda. She submitted some photos from her recent travels, and they were just really fun to draw. She went to a lot of places. And that's another great channel / community. She has a lot of like art hauls, testing out art supplies. She got one of those cool like laser cutting X machines. I don't know what they're called, but she's been making some cool stuff with that. And just is such a fun and bubbly and sweet person. I feel so fortunate that she is in Texas, so I get to meet up with her on a fairly regular basis. So definitely go and check out her channel, especially if you are interested in any supplies. She probably has a review or a demonstration of those supplies. This one was an art hang party, people holding things. Again, Melissa Martin at, Art Hang Party picks just the best references. I just love, like, so cute. Really great references. I used a new pen that I had gotten with some ink, and I really like how these turned out. I mean, look at this girl. How fun is that? This one was vegetables. This one was also an art hang party. I tried to stay like a little looser with these, and I really like how they turned out. These mushrooms, which was a photo that one of our community members provided, was so good that I just want to draw it a million times, and I may do that. This was a Hippo live session, and we drew just hands, which is such a difficult topic, but so needed as far as practice goes, and it was very helpful to draw all these different hands, none of which came out that great, but practice makes progress. This was also a Hippo live session where we drew fruit, art hang party. We went to Italy with Marcy. Hippo live session, and I think that might be it that's in this. Oh, there's a couple more. Oh, that's right. I skipped a couple pages, but this was also Italy. A lot of great references for that one. And I think that is actually it. So yeah, that's the sketchbook tour. One channel that I will mention that is not in this one, not that I don't participate on a regular basis with this channel, it's just not in my challenge book for some reason, is Blue Shine Art. Blue Shine Art does lives on YouTube every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Pretty early for us, but I'm an early riser, so that's okay. But you can also just catch the replay. But she just paints live. Right now we are doing Birds in December, where she is taking a picture of a bird that was provided by her community and then combining it with another prompt list, which I don't remember what it was. But she's making some beautiful bird drawings, or paintings really. But the thing that I really like about her community is that, one, she is, drawing live, so you are learning how to draw. And then two, she's so generous with her knowledge, happy to answer any questions. And she does have some paid content as well, so definitely check her stuff out. But if you can't afford to, purchase it, she does have the live sessions on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So those are really fun, and I highly encourage you to check those out. So those are just a handful of the channels and art communities that I participate in. I know that I have missed some. I would love to know which communities that you enjoy, because I'm always looking to meet more art people and join more communities. I think that having art friends is so incredibly important, and it's just really nice to interact with people that have the same interests as you and the same kind of common goals. So I hope that you will go and check out some of these channels. I will link all of them in the description below. Follow them on YouTube, obviously, but also check out their Instagrams and Substacks, because there's a lot of great content there that shouldn't be missed. So with that, I will close the video. If you have enjoyed seeing these sketches, hearing about these art communities and things like that, don't forget to like and subscribe to mine, and I will catch you guys on the next video.